Let us continue chapter 13, that is sound. As studied before, sound is produced when an object vibrates. So question arises, what are vibrations? Vibrations are to and fro movement of an object. This movement is just like the movement of a pendulum of the wall clock. So in this type of movement, what happens? An object moves equal distance in two opposite directions. Here we have taken a tennis ball and then attached to the string or thread. We can hang it somewhere from the wall or we can use any stand. What you can see here, A is the mean position or resting stage of the tennis ball and B and C are the extreme position of the ball. So, when we push this tennis ball gently, what happens? Then the movement of tennis ball is from A to B, then from B to C position and from C to A. So this is called one vibration. Such type of motion of the tennis ball is called vibration or oscillation. Now sound waves are produced by the object when they vibrate. Sound travel in the form of sound waves. So vibrations need any medium to travel. What is that medium? It can be solid, liquid or gas. And when these vibrations travel through a medium, then it reaches our ear and we are able to recognize that sound. Next topic is how sound propagates or how does sound travel. So for that we can do one activity. What we can do? We can take a long spring and then connect it somewhere from the wall. Then at one end we can hold it and vibrate it in the to and fro manner. Then you can observe it. What you will observe? You will observe that the coil get compressed at one place and that place is called compression. Whereas the coil get open up at some place and that place is called rarefaction. So in this manner, the wave travels across the spring. Now in the same manner, the sound travels in the form of sound waves through the air. When an object vibrates, the particles of the air that surround it begins to vibrate. The vibrating particles of air push the other air particles adjacent to them. So the air particles which are near the source of sound get compressed, forming the compressions. And the neighboring particles which are near the compression, they open up and they form rarefaction. So the energy is transferred from compressions to rarefactions and the sound wave travel in this form through the air. So after that, this sound wave reaches our eardrum and the eardrum vibrates. So the vibrations are received and detected by the nerves. Then it is sent to the brain and brain is able to interpret the sound, means recognize the sound. So in this way the sound travels. Now in the next activity We can take a metal dish and pour some water in that metal dish and strike it with a metal spoon. Touch the dish gently. What do you feel? On striking the dish with a spoon, vibrations are felt in the dish. These vibrations are clearly seen on the surface of water in the form of ripples. Ripples means that the sound waves travel in the circular manner in the water. So we find that vibrating object produces sound. However, in most cases we cannot see vibrations but feel them. Now, in next activity, we are going to see that sound travels through solid. We can sit on the bench and tap so gently on the table that hardly any tapping sound is audible to us. Then we will continue tapping in the same manner and bend down our head sideways to touch one of our ears to the tabletop. Now what do we hear at this moment? On tapping very gently, a loud tapping sound is heard. This is because the sound of very gentle tapping has traveled through the solid wooden material. So, in all the activities, we find that sound can travel through all the matter like solid, liquid or gas.